welcome to another RSR. Tonight, I am recapping the Caribbean Cup, Concacaf Caribbean Cup draw, and the Concacaf Central American Cup draw. Reacciones de la Sorteo de la Copa del Caribe de Concacaf y Copa Centroamericana de la Concacaf 2023. With that being said, let's start off with the Caribbean Cup draw. That was the first one of the night. We'll talk about it. It'll be quicker anyway. But we'll start with the Caribbean Cup draw. Two groups of 5 teams. There were 2 teams, 1 team per pot in each group. Group A starts with Defense Force FC of Trinidad and Tobago, Cavalier FC of Jamaica, Mocha FC of the Dominican Republic, AC Port of Spain of Trinidad and Tobago, and the Caribbean Club Shield runner-up. Group B is the group of death in this tournament. This is an interesting group. Definitely would like to pay attention to this one and do a couple of games out of this in the fall, in August, and forward. With that being said, Group B, Cibao FC of the Dominican Republic, Club Atletico Pantoja of the Dominican Republic, Harborview FC of Jamaica, Dunbeholden FC of Jamaica, and the Caribbean Club Shield champion, which will be crowned early August. Again, as I said, Group A seems like the easier group, the easier side to come out of. Top 2 teams in each group will go to the semifinals. Of course, the losers of the semifinals will play a third-place playoff. The winner of that will qualify to CONCACAF Champions Cup 2024 for the preliminary round. The runner-up of this tournament will also qualify to the preliminary round of the Champions Cup. The winner of this tournament will qualify to the round of 16 directly of the CONCACAF Champions Cup 2024. But again, Group A, they're going to be playing some big teams in the semifinals. The winner and runner-up of Group A will be playing some big teams in the semifinals, who are the runner-up and winner of Group B. With Group B, we don't even know what the Club Shield champion will be. That could easily make this even crazier. You know, that could even make this crazier, which is the crazy part. Group A, I would probably say Defense Force and Cavalier would probably be your favorites, depending on who the Club Shield runner-up is. I think Port of Spain might be a possible favorite as well, or they're in the running. I think Mocha might be the most likely to be the bottom of the group or in the bottom 2. Group B, though, you got Cibao, Pantoja, Harborview, Dunbeholden, and a Club Shield champion that I'm sure may just be a pretty big team as well, or at least in the Caribbean sense. So with that, you have Cibao, Pantoja, who have been in Champions League a hell of a lot, Champions League era. Harborview, who's a damn good team. Dunbeholden, I really don't see much out of. And then the Club Shield champion, whoever that is, if it's like Waterhouse, yeah, Dunbeholden might finish bottom of the group, if I'm being honest. Even if it wasn't Waterhouse, the champion. But again, looking at the situation here, I mean, Cibao and Pantoja will probably be the favorites for top 2. Harborview will be fighting for a top 2 spot. I don't think they'll win the group. We could have both Dominican teams playing the semifinals against a team like Defense Force or Cavalier or Port of Spain. It's going to be hard for a Pot A team, a Group A team, to win this tournament, let alone feel comfortable that they're going to Champions Cup. They'll definitely have to play a play-in game, but play-in round, but I just don't see anything more than Group B just dominating this tournament. That's what I see. Group B is a group of death, but it's the toughest group. Group B could honestly have a team who finishes 3rd, who finishes better than the second best team in Group A, or even the winner of Group A. We may have to talk about this setup, I have to say. But again, the Caribbean Cup seems pretty top-heavy, or Group B heavy. If there's any games I do out of this, that is a group stage game, it's got to be Group B. It has to be, so. Be interesting to see how this turns out. Can't wait for it to start. It looks like an interesting tournament. It really does. It is the first ever Caribbean Cup. Should be an interesting tournament. We'll see who qualifies through Champions Cup, 2 Champions Cup through there. Of course, now, a couple of seconds, we will talk about the Central American Cup draw. And now, on to the Central American Cup. Yes, we had a hard time watching the draw on stream. Yes, we had to do it cover it a broken, rundown way. Thanks to Winvo for telling me what was going on. I needed his help. But that's life, eh? We do things, we get it done. But with that being said, the Central American Cup Copa Centroamericana Sorteo reaction. Here we go. Group A. Deportivo Saprissa, Coban Imperial, CS Cartagines, CD Universitario, and Jocoro FC. It's a group that's pretty obvious, I think. For me, Saprissa, Cartagines should be the teams that go through as your top 2 teams. Coban fighting for the 3rd place. Maybe Universitario. I don't think Jocoro does much. I think Saprissa, Cartagines are the favorites in Group A. The top 2 go to the quarterfinals. The winners of each quarterfinal tie will go to the Concacaf Champions Cup. Then there will be a play-in round for the 4 quarterfinal losers. The 2 winners of those ties will be the 5th and 6th teams to the Concacaf Champions Cup. 2nd through 6th will go to the preliminary round. The champion will go to the round of 16. Group B. Now this is an amazing group. CD Olimpia, CSD Xelajú, MC, Club Atlético Independiente de la Chorrera, CD FAS, and Real Esteli FC. This is a group of death. I love this group. I will cover this group as much as I can. Olimpia should win the group. That is not a question. But even then, they may not. Xelajú, Independiente, FAS, and Real Esteli will be 4 teams fighting for 2nd place. They'll be fighting for 2nd place. That is not a question. But who gets it? That's the interesting part. Olimpia should still win the group. I think they will. Independiente, we shall see how they play. Xelajú, they've done well this year in Guatemala. FAS is CD FAS, one of the best clubs in El Salvador. Real Esteli, they're always finding ways, but that Group B is going to be crazy. This is the group of death. I cannot wait to see it. Group C. Comunicaciones FC, CD Herediano, Real España, CD Águila, Dirigen FC. Again, another interesting group. I wouldn't say it's the group of death, but it's also a very interesting, tight group. But it's more 3 teams and maybe Águila. Comunicaciones and Herediano will be fighting for 1st and 2nd. Whoever doesn't get it might have to be worried about Real España, the team who were the Cinderellas of the Concacaf League last year. Let's see if they could do the same thing here. It'd be very interesting to see. Águila, they could give a scare. Dirigen, they did beat Comunicaciones last year in the Concacaf League. So we get a rematch of that. Oh, I just realized how tasty that could be. I just realized they'll play each other again. Oh boy. Interesting. I just realized that's cool. Group D, finally. LD Alajuelense, FC Motagua, Olancho FC, Sporting San Miguelito, and Verdes FC. This is pretty much straightforward. Alajuelense, Motagua, they should win this group and get through as 2nd. They're fighting for 1st and 2nd. I don't see Olancho, Verdes, or Sporting San Miguelito really posing much of a challenge. So if I really thought what groups were the most to worst interesting, I'd say Group B, Group of Death, then Group C is 2nd most interesting, then Group A, then Group D. Group A still has a possible different situation. I think Group D is pretty much cut and dry. I think that's the most chalky of the groups. It's just depending of, will it be Alajuelense or Motagua winning that group? I think that's pretty much your answer. So with that being said, for the Central American Cup, great groups. It'll be a very interesting tournament, of course. Also, the Caribbean Cup draw happened. We covered that as well. 9 of these teams will be going to the Concacaf Champions Cup next season. 2 to the round of 16. 7 to the preliminary round. Let's see how well they do, but we got to see who makes it first. Then the rest is North America, where that's Canada, Mexico, or MLS, USA. So that's sort of unfair. That is sort of unfair. Then, of course, you have the 3 teams from Leagues Cup, which is MLS or Mexico, a regional cup. That will be 12 regional cup teams qualified to the tournament out of 24. $11 ties. $28 teams, my bad. A 28-team tournament. 12 out of 28, which is, what, nearly half? Close to half? I had to do the math. My brain crashed. With that being said, though, I'm mad at Tubi for not showing the draw when they said it would be Tubi. So, whoever screwed that up and showed TMZ instead, I am angry at you. Thanks to Winvo for giving me the deets. We didn't completely lose the draw. We heard the news. We didn't really have to deal with a falderall. It wasn't that bad. It worked out. We still gave the ties and draw as it is. It wasn't really a watch along. It was reiterate the news. But you know what? At least we got to see the Caribbean Cup draw. Why'd they show the one that didn't matter as much? I'm not happy about it. But we still got it done. We always find ways, and it's a very interesting tournament, I gotta say. But we won't be missing the games. I can tell you that much right now. We will not miss the games. At least the ones I choose to do. With that being said, we got a good summer coming ahead. Or fall, summer and fall. So with that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you on Saturday for a live watch along and review of both the UEFA Champions League final, Man City versus Inter Milan, and then Toronto FC versus Nashville FC live and review. Nashville SC live and review. I'll see you then for that. And on Sunday, I will see you for a live watch along and review of Italy versus Uruguay in the U20 World Cup final. So that should be great as well. So I'll see you then. We got a good weekend coming up. I'll see you then. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace.